August 19th, 1953. Tehran is burning. Crowds flood the streets. Soldiers turn their guns. A nation holds its breath as a democratically elected leader is overthrown. But this wasn't just chaos. It was planned, funded, executed. Behind it all, two foreign powers, the United States and Britain. Their mission? Remove a man they feared. Their justification? Oil and communism. But what if that single decision didn't just change Iran? What if it helped shape decades of anger, revolution, and even modern terrorism? This is the story of a hidden coup and the consequences the world is still paying for today. Today, we're breaking down one of the most important and least understood events in modern history. A story told in All the Shah's Men, a book that reads like a thriller but reveals a real operation that reshaped the Middle East. By the end of this video, you'll see how one covert mission led to revolution, global tension, and a legacy that still echoes today. To understand the coup, you have to understand Iran. This wasn't just any country. It was once the heart of a vast empire, powerful, sophisticated, and deeply proud. But by the 19th century, that pride had been replaced with frustration. Foreign powers, especially Britain and Russia, were carving up influence, controlling trade, and extracting wealth. Iranian leaders, weak and corrupt, allowed it to happen. The people? They were left behind. So in the early 1900s, something remarkable happened. Iranians demanded change. They rose up and forced the creation of a parliament, an attempt at real democracy. But once again, outside forces stepped in. Their movement was crushed. This cycle, hope, interference, disappointment, would define Iran's modern identity. By the 1940s, a young king sat on the throne, uncertain, influenced, and beneath him, a nation ready for something new. That something new came in the form of one man, a man who believed Iran should control its own destiny. He wasn't a general, he wasn't a revolutionary, he was a politician, and he made one decision that would change everything. Iran had oil, massive reserves, but almost all of it was controlled by a foreign company. The profits flowed outward. The people saw almost nothing. So he took a bold step. He nationalized the oil. In one move, he challenged one of the most powerful empires on earth. And the people loved him for it. To them, this wasn't just economics, it was dignity. But to Britain, it was unacceptable. They responded with pressure, blockades, isolation, economic warfare. And when that didn't work, they looked for help. This is where the story turns into something darker, a covert plan, carefully designed. Its goal? Remove a democratically elected leader without declaring war. The method? Manipulation. Money flowed quietly, buying influence at every level. Politicians, journalists, military officers, even street gangs. Narratives were planted, fear was spread. The public was told their leader was dangerous, that he would destroy the country. And then came the streets. Crowds didn't just appear, they were organized, directed, paid. Chaos was the strategy. The first attempt failed. It looked like the plan had collapsed, but instead of walking away, the operation doubled down. More pressure, more confusion, until finally, the balance tipped. The military switched sides. Violence escalated, and the government fell. Just like that, a democracy, gone. Replaced by a ruler who owed his power to foreign support. At first, it looked like a success. The new leadership was stable, friendly to the West. But stability came at a cost. Power became concentrated, dissent was crushed, fear replaced freedom, and slowly, something began to build beneath the surface. Resentment, not just toward the ruler, but toward those who put him there. Years passed, tension grew, until finally, the people rose again. But this time, it wasn't for democracy. It was for something else entirely. A revolution that shocked the world. And at its core, a deep anger rooted in betrayal. This story isn't just about the past. It's about consequences. A single decision, made in secrecy, reshaped a nation's future. What was meant to protect interests ended up creating something far more dangerous: distrust, hostility, and a divide that still exists today. It raises a difficult question. When powerful nations intervene, do they really understand what comes next? If this story made you think differently, hit subscribe for more deep dives like this. And tell me in the comments, what hidden history should we uncover next? Because sometimes, the past isn't just history, it's a warning.